why they do it for NBC to try to get those ratings.
I when I look at this game specifically, I think it could be a close one. Usually, for whatever reason, Navy tends to give Notre Dame some trouble. And I don't know, maybe you would know more about that, but I don't know if it's the style of offense that Navy runs.
It's the style of offense that Navy runs. It's a pain to prepare for, especially if it's sandwiched in between like a USC game and a Florida State or like another big game. Just like preparing for Navy is just a pain. And having them first off the bat definitely gives Notre Dame fans more confidence that this won't be oh my gosh, are we actually going to lose to Navy again sort of game. So they're just preparing it for a first, get it out of the way. So that's what giving Irish fans some confidence. And another thing that's giving Irish fans confidence that they won't be stressed out is that Navy is going to play they're going to switch. They have two quarterbacks. They haven't named a definite starter. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to play they're going to rotate in each series the quarterbacks, which is interesting. Interesting strategy there from the Midshipmen. So.
Because nobody learned from Ohio State's mistakes. I mean, Ohio State did that in 2015, and it worked because they played nobodies. But, I mean, there's obvious – if you go back and watch the games, there's obvious points where it's like, well, if we had this quarterback play the whole game or the first half, the score might have been a little different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I don't understand the two quarterback system. I don't like it. The only time I've ever seen it perfected is Urban Meyer, but it was at Florida with Leak and Tebow. And I'm just like, don't touch it because it doesn't need to be done again. It was cool to see him do it. I think it kind of hurt Tebow in a way. But you have one guy be the starter. That's it. Mm-hmm. Leave it at that. So this is kind of where I'm at.
Because oh my gosh, are you trying to give me a hard time, Mike?
First game, Navy's always hard. I mean, if it was like what? Last year, the year before, it was 35-32 Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think that was last year's score. That sounds about right.
So, I mean, and it is game one. It's in Dublin, Ireland, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. So, that would give Notre Dame an extra motive to actually win. But yeah, I mean, how do you see the game playing out?
I mean, since Notre Dame has all the offseason prepared for their defense, for their offense, they shouldn't have much of a problem. The last time they did this, they played Navy first, and it was also in Ireland, was 2012, the miracle season that came into a crashing end against Alabama. And still, hey, at the end of that regular season, Mark May said before the season started, if Notre Dame goes 12-0, I will wear a leprechaun costume. And seeing him as like the Notre Dame hater, there's Lou, the Notre Dame lover, him, the Notre Dame hater. Seeing him wear that costume was absolutely, positively beautiful. So at least he gave us that. But the score of that game was 50-10.
Oof.
So I'm hoping it'll be like that, and we can see Kenny Minchie or Stephen Jelly, whoever wants the backup job. I'm hoping it's Kenny because we're not going to use Steve. Steve's a 3-star. I believe he's a 3-star. Kenny was a 4-star commit, about the same as Tyler Buckner, but he actually played well in the Elite 11. Tyler did not. So I'm hoping that Kenny will give CJ Carr a run for his money in the quarterback battle, and they'll both get better. So it would be great for Kenny to have some experience. And yeah, I'm going to go. I'll go 56 to 14. That'll be my score. That's what I'm hoping for, anyways. But my mind says since they'll have time to prepare for the offense, it'll be easy. No stress.
It's funny that you say a 6-touchdown blowout, because if it's a 6-touchdown blowout, you're going to give me a heart attack.
All right.
Because I almost just worry that winning by too much could have the opposite effect on the team. I mean, y'all played us close last year in the opener. It should have been more scoring either way. And then Notre Dame goes and proverbially
I think the reason was that they were like so sad. They were so defeated after they lost to the Buckeyes that they just kind of were like, oh, okay, we're going to play another game. Oh, Marshall, I'm not excited to play this game. And we know what happened there. So I feel like they'll be like, yeah, we won our first game by a lot of points, and they'll be fired up. That's what I'm hoping.
I mean, I guess that's a good PG way of putting it. Yeah, so any final thoughts?
I'm also going to be excited to see the receivers play, because we got to see them play well against South Carolina, because Tyler Buckner can throw the ball more than 15 yards because he can actually see where the receivers are going. Unfortunately, our good pal Drew Pine was small, so he couldn't really see much. So I'm excited to see, because the receiving recruiting has been really good with Chancey Stuckey, because we got Tobias Merriweather, who's like the best, highest rated recruit since Michael Floyd at the position. So I'm excited to see him and the other guys actually be able to go and catch deep passes. Because remember, Lorenzo Styles, Sonny's brother, for those Ohio State fans out there, he transferred to the Buckeyes, but it's because he wasn't going to start at Notre Dame. So he's like, yeah, I'll just play special teams at Ohio State instead. Because, if he wasn't able to start at Notre Dame, he probably couldn't play in the NFL. So, yeah. The receivers at Notre Dame are good. I'm not saying they're Ohio State good, but I think they're heading into that direction where they can be close and on that elite tier.
Well, I know this one was a little short and sweet, but I think that's about it for this one. Thanks again for coming on, and hopefully we can do this some more.
Cool. Thanks for having me on, Mike.
Absolutely.